Monday is the last trading day of this month, so I would have loved to wait till the end of this month before I make this video, but as usual, I just have to tell you my price projection for the incoming week, right? So let's just go ahead. This month actually looks like we are going to close with a bullish price action. By the candlesticks, you can tell the price action that had played out for that particular time frame. So since we're on the monthly time frame, this is a green bar, right? Green candlestick, which indicates bullish price action. And no doubt you've noticed that we've seen serious bullish price action on JPY this month. Now let's go to the weekly time frame. But before I go to the weekly time frame, let's go back to the monthly time frame. I'll be expecting this month to close bullish. Well, I can't say depending on what happens on Monday, all right? But let's look for trading opportunities for next week. Last week, we also closed with a super bullish price action, as you can see by the color of this candlestick, right? And if you also notice for the past 3 weeks now, which is 1, 2, 3, price has been moving sideways. So if I squeeze out this chart properly, you will notice that this is the lowest, the previous lowest point price ever came to, right? At least with the data provided on this particular chart here. This is the lowest point. So price is struggling to either continue lower or reverse and go bullish from this zone. So it is normal for you to see this when price is trading at very, very key level. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see what is happening. Now, if you notice the monthly time frame, we are seeing bullish price action. Last week, we closed with a bullish price action. However, on Friday, there was a massive rejection off of this zone here, right? As you can see, look at this candlestick. There was a swing high, bearish engulfing candle, right? Price came to retest this zone and blasted back below. So you see the confusion in the market, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, right? There's conflicts of interest either to go bullish or go bearish. However, if you come down to the 4-hour time frame, if price is going to continue the bearish momentum from last Friday, as we saw, if we go back to the daily time frame, you can see the bearish momentum from last Friday, right? So if we go back to the 4-hour, I know that price is going to come into this trend line here. Let me zoom in properly so that you can see. I know that price is going to come into this trend line. Now, what I don't know is if price is going to do this from this trend line and continue bullish to continue the monthly and the weekly bullish price action, or if price is going to break below this trend line and continue lower. Now, this is what I'm going to do. If price comes into this trend line and I see a strong rejection, that's a strong bounce to the upside, then I will know that we are going to realign ourselves with the monthly bullish price action and how we closed for last week, which is bullish, right? So I'll assume we are going to continue that bullish price action, right? But if we now break below this zone and even further break below this particular bar here, let me put this here, or let me even make it a zone. All right, let me make it a zone. Why am I taking my time to analyze JPY index? Is simply because whatever happens on the JPY index, since it measures the strength or weakness of the Japanese yen, if we see a strong Japanese yen, then you expect a strong Japanese yen across the JPY pairs. And if we see a weak JPY on the JPY index, then expect a weak JPY across the JPY pair. So that is why it is very important to get this analysis right so that you know what your trading decisions should be in the incoming week, right? Now, like I said, because of how we closed on the daily time frame, I'll be expecting this continuous bearish move at least to this trend line first. Then we may now see a bounce. Now, if you see that bounce, then that is a sign that the market is trying to realign itself with the monthly bullish price action and the bullish price action with which we closed for last week. However, if we break below this zone and even take out this bar, why? Because price has tested these areas multiple times. In case you are not seeing what I'm talking about, let me just cycle it. Price has tested these areas multiple times, right? So it makes this price region an important price region. Sorry, I didn't draw that line properly, but I hope you get the idea I'm trying to paint here. So if price can now come and take out this region, then guys, we are going down, all right? We are going down. We'll continue with the overall bearish price action, all right? So I hope you get the point. Now, let's continue. Since we've seen what is happening on the JPY index, let's quickly take a look at some JPY pairs. As usual, I'll start from the monthly time frame. However, the month is yet to end. Monday next week will be the last trading day of this month, all right? So I think with this, I'm even going to do a midweek analysis maybe on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday, I'll we'll have a midweek analysis. Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll send out the info on our Telegram channel. Why? I would like to see how we've closed for this month so that I'll now tell you my bias for the incoming months. All right, if I leave it till next week, it's going to take a long time, so I don't want that. So let's continue. On Euro USD, price is struggling with this zone here on the monthly time frame. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. You will notice that price stalled around here previously. Each time price came there, it bounced off, came there, bounced off before breaking below it, right? And now price has made its way back to that zone. And what can you notice? You can see how we've seen serious bearish price action for this month on EURJPY, right? So what does that tell us? If we close like this, I'll be expecting further decline into this zone. Sorry for this next level target you see here. This is a previous analysis when price was trading below that area, right? So but now price is above that area. So if price is to come down, I'll be expecting price to come back and retest 148.526 area, all right? Because that zone has been tested multiple times previously. If you look left, right, it makes that zone an important zone. So if price is to continue downward, that is, if we close bearish for the month, then this is the zone. 148.526 is the next level I'll be expecting price to come into. Now let's go to the weekly time frame. You can see how we closed bearish for last week, and it looks like we're also creating a double top at that important price area from the monthly time frame. So I'll be expecting price to still continue downwards. That is if we close bearish for the month, all right? However, if we go to the daily time frame, you can see how we closed Friday. Guys, this is a strong bullish rejection off of this zone here. And the zone that bullish rejection happened at had also been tested multiple times, right? So it made it an important zone, as you can see. Then you can see the rejection right there. Now, what should we be expecting? Even if we're going to go bearish, this bullish rejection here, I'll still expect price to push to this upside. I'll still expect price to push to this upside before we see that rejection to the downside. Now, I don't know for a fact if that is a possibility, but let's go to the lower time frames. Let's even look at more recent price action. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Do we have anything important or interesting on the 4-hour time frame? I think let's look at the 1-hour time frame. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, now this is going to be our bullish confirmation, regardless of how we closed for Friday, right? When I was talking about the daily time frame, you can see how huge Friday's candlestick closed bullish, right? So our bullish confirmation on this trade, if you are not in this trade at the moment, will be for price to take out this trend line. For price to take out this trend line, give us a retest of this area, then trade into these regions here, maybe before we now go bearish, all right, because of what the monthly time frame is doing. Guys, if you really understand what I'm analyzing here, those that have my course, those that have purchased my course will really get a better understanding of what I'm talking here, because I've gone into every tiny little details on how to do your analysis, how to think in probabilities, and how to make decision on the go. All I come to do here every week is to come and give you my price projection for the incoming week, right? And if you notice, last week, my calls on JPY was not spot on. I won't even come here and lie to you. Even though all my analysis, 90% of the time, I'm always correct, that 10% leaves a window of uncertainty, right? That is the period where you get to lose money when you make bad trading calls, or make money if you understand your game properly. So the course is going to help you streamline your learning curve, all right? That's what the program is going to help you achieve. So grab the course. The link is in the description of this video down below. So just go there. You will even see testimonies from our students, and even some recent payout proofs from some of our students. I'm even going to go and update that list, because throughout last week I received so many withdrawal reports, and even my own withdrawal myself, I've not updated that list. So I'll go back and I'll update it. So do yourself a favor, because I could come here, give you a price projection, and maybe price starts doing something else, but because you understand how to trade, you understand how to execute trades, how to get into trades, you'll be able to make informed trading decisions with the course. All right, but I'm going to try my best anyways to make you understand how to do this via my weekly video. So even if you don't have cash to buy the course, always do us a favor, watch our videos, always give us a like, share our videos, and also comment so that we'll feel energized to give you more content, right? Now, let's continue. If you're not already in this trade, our bullish confirmation will be for price to take out this trend line and this resistance here, all right? So if price breaks above, gives us a retest, then we use any of our entry confirmations from our course, then we execute this trade and then we hold to until price gets to 157.688. all right, then from here, guys, I'll be expecting a bearish push to the downside, at least for now. That's what I think. However, if we fail to break above this trend line to trade upward, then what I will do is on Monday or the early part of next week, if I see a strong rejection off of this trend line, a strong bearish rejection, then I'm going to take the sell and I'll sell all the way to the downside. All right, so that's my outlook on EURJPY. Then let's go to CADJPY. On CADJPY, we'll start from the monthly time frame as usual. On the monthly time frame, you can see we've seen more bearish price action for the month of July, right? And all these price action are happening at they are happening at a strong area, right? Previously, price rose into this area, gave a massive rejection, and this time price came back into that area here, as you can see here. And now we've seen a bearish month. Let me just go ahead and delete this. So, and now we've seen a bearish month, obviously, as you can see, bearish month. But the month is yet to come to an end, right? The month is yet to come to an end. I'll be expecting anything can still happen maybe on Monday. So that's why I'll be having that midweek live session with you guys on YouTube. I'll be giving you more information on that in the incoming week. So yeah, last week we closed with a bearish price action, even though I was expecting bullish continuation last 2 weeks, right? But last week we closed with bearish price action. And price is still finding it hard breaking below the zone. But let's go to the daily time frame, because the weekly time frame is not giving me enough data that I would love to use to analyze this particular pair at the moment. If you come to the daily time frame, just like the other euro pair, you will notice that we had a strong bullish close for Friday here, daily close for that matter. And you can see that that zone is an important zone. Price had bounced off that zone previously. Price stalled above that zone previously. Price had broken above that zone, came back and bounced off that zone previously until it came on Friday again. And no wonder we saw that significant bounce, right? So now I'm not saying CADJPY is going to keep pushing all the way to this zone, but I'll be expecting CADJPY to come at least into 107.498, all right? Then from here we could start going bearish, but if we break above it, then we'll continue bullish. But for now, I'm looking at 107.498 as my next level target. So let's go to the 4 hour. Nothing interesting on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, just like what I did on EURJPY, we have a trend line here. You see, I've captured 2 touches and I've projected it into the future. However, price is creating lower lows and lower highs so far. As you can see, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this could be a lower high and a rejection here, right? But because of the bullish momentum with which we close on Friday, price can also break above this trend line and keep pushing higher. Well, don't worry, guys. I'll tell you what to do and how to approach this market for the incoming week. Now, I'm going to be looking at 2 probabilities. Now, number 1, I'll be looking for price to take out this trend line like this, take out this trend line, give it a retest, and then rise into 107.660. Then the second scenario will be for price to come into this trend line and give a massive rejection, a bearish massive rejection. Then that will be my cue to jump into this trade and sell all the way to 10500, all right? 105.0000000. You understand, right? So those are the 2 scenarios I'll be thinking in probabilities on CADJPY come next week. You see, that will bounce off this zone and sell all the way to the downside. But if we break above the trend line, then I'll know that price wants to continue that Friday's momentum to the upside. So that's my approach to CADJPY. Now let's quickly take a look at Gbpjpy. You will notice I'm talking about JPY pairs right? Because I like their setup at the moment, all right? So, and I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like to keep things simple. You know how I do here every week, right? Now, let's look at the months. We've not closed for the months. Like I said, I'll come midweek to give you my outlook for the month. That's how, after we've successfully closed for the month. Like the other JPY pairs, you will notice that we are experiencing bearish price action for the month, right? And let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, price actually did push lower, but we now saw a massive rejection towards the end of the week, right? Now let's go to the daily time frame. Just like the daily time frame, you could see why we saw that massive rejection towards the end of the week. I mean, you can see the candlestick speaks for itself. This is the daily time frame, by the way. So this is the Friday's candlestick. Massive rejection, guys. Massive rejection. I'll be expecting at least a mini bullish push to the upside before we even go bearish. That is if we close the month bearish. Now let's come to the weekly, the 4-hour time frame. Let me just clean up my chart. It looks dirty right now. Clean this. I'm going to leave this, right? I'm going to leave this. So yeah, what I can see here, I'm just going to see if I can get a trend line area. All right, perfect. We have a trend line zone here. Let me make it visible on the lower time frame. Yeah, it is. So just like the other JPY pairs, this trend line is going to be our decision making level. Let me even go to the 1-hour time frame so that we can see things clearly. So just like I said on JPY, on CADJPY rather, price will come into this trend line. That I know for sure. But if we come into this trend line, are we going to reject and continue this bearish push to the downside? Because obviously we are creating lower lows and lower highs on this lower time frame, right? Now this will be our decision making zone here, this trend line. Now if we come into this trend and I see a strong rejection, guys, I'm selling. I'll be selling this. So, and if we break above this zone and take out this region here, you can pause this video so that you can plot these levels on your chart. If we take out this zone that is between 182.098 and 181.916. So if we can break above this trend line and take out that zone, then give a retest either into that zone or into this trend line. I'm going, and I see a massive bullish candlestick, guys. I'm going to buy. I'm not certain if price is going to come into 183.900, but I'm going to buy. At least I'll hold for maybe a 2-to-1. Or if I'm going to swing it, then I'll just break even earlier so that even if price comes back and stop me out, I know I am risk-free on that trade. All right. So that is GBP, JPY in a nutshell. USD, US dollar. Should I even analyze US dollar right now? Or I should wait till our midweek analysis? It's like I will just wait for a midweek analysis. But let me just give you a rough overview of, or a rough outlook of what I have on the US dollar now at the moment. Like I've always been saying, on the bigger picture, price is in a bullish trend, right? As you can see, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So I have been expecting, actually, to be honest, I've been expecting US dollar to push higher ever since. And if it is not going to push higher, take out this zone, break below this zone so that I can know that you are going to come into this trend line. Then take out this trend line so that I can know that you are going to push all the way down to this price region here. But price is not going higher and it's not breaking below this zone so that I can cement my bearish bias on the US dollar. So bounce up, no. Push lower, no. So instead, we've been moving sideways, lots of confusion. However, on the smaller time frame, we've been catching trades, right? As a matter of fact, Euro USD gave me 3% last week alone, 3%. It was actually 4.2%, but towards the end of last week, I blew 1.2%. So I am actually up 3% for last week alone. I've not been trading it for a while, but I just went back to start trading it last week. But anyways, don't let me digress. Remember in my last video, I told you that I'll be expecting price to come into this region here. I even had a fib level, right, on the daily time frame. Yes, I remember. I had a fib level and I said, I think price wants to come and attempt the 0.6 fib level and in turn retest this trend line. But what did price do? Price didn't just rise into that zone. Price did something else instead. Price actually pushed lower, then towards the end of last week, pushed higher to that zone that I talked about. And like I said earlier in this video, this is why you should get our trading programs, our mentorship programs. Any of them is going to teach you this. So get the mentorship program so that even if I come here and give you a price projection, I will never be right 100%. So even if price starts doing something else, because you are well equipped with the informations in our mentorship program, you can easily make trading decisions while still looking at the bigger picture that I have analyzed for the week. So as you can see, instead of price giving us, because I actually expected price to push into that zone before we come for this bearish pullback that we experienced early last week. But instead, price gave us that early pullback before going into that zone. You see, it's actually turned what I said upside down, but it still played out, right? It still played out. So now, what is going to happen to the US dollar index? Guys, I honestly don't know right now. So subscribe to this channel so that you can join our next live session that is going to be taking place on Tuesday or on Wednesday. I'm going to be sending that information on the Telegram group. So I would like to wait and see how we closed for the month on the US dollar before making trading decisions on the dollar pairs. So if you've made it to the end of this video and you're yet to like this video, please do so now. Also, don't forget to smash the subscribe button if you haven't. Like this video, and please share this video to your friends. I wish you a successful trading week, and I'm going to see you within next week. Until then, bye.